Welcome to the Supreme Court of Appeals of West Virginia. Using his magnificent eye for detail, nationally known architect and designer of the United States Supreme Court building, Cass Gilbert, sculpted tons of marble, limestone, and steel into the West Virginia State Capitol. The Supreme Court of Appeals is located on the third floor of the east wing of the state capitol in Charleston and was built between July 1926 and December 1927.
At the time he designed your state capitol, he was, without a doubt, the most important architect in the world.
Gilbert wanted the design of West Virginia's highest court to be an enduring symbol and to reflect the important work that takes place here. There are many design flourishes in the courtroom that help accomplish this. For example, Gilbert incorporated the role of the Book of Law into the brass rondelles that adorn the skylight by using a book inscribed with the letters L-E-X, the Latin word for law. In addition, bronze rondelles depicting the scale and balance and sword of justice adorn the side of the skylight. The scale is an old symbol held by the Roman goddess Justitia, who is often referred to as Lady Justice. She is shown with a scale in one hand, a sword in the other, and sometimes wears a blindfold. The sword represents the rule of law. The justices who were in office at the time the Capitol was built played a significant role in the final design of the courtroom. They directed Gilbert to exclude the rail that in most courtrooms separates the public gallery from the well. Perhaps the justices wanted to symbolize that there is nothing that separates the citizens from West Virginia's highest court. Chairs for the public were not a part of Gilbert's original plan. He believed chairs were too small for the room and that larger benches would be more appropriate, but that was an argument he did not completely win. After World War II, the court added a dark red carpet. It's not clear why. But in 2012, the court agreed to restore the floor to its original design. A compressed cork pattern is surrounded by a 4-foot band of green marble that runs all around the room. The building's architect selected the quotations in the frieze along the top of the walls in the chamber. The first one is from Thomas Jefferson's Notes on the State of Virginia.
The true foundation of Republican government is the equal right of every citizen in his person and property and in their management.
The passage at the back of the room, visible to the justices from the bench, is from Abraham Lincoln's second inaugural address.
Firmness in the right, as God gives us to see the right.
The coffered plaster ceiling stretches 30 feet high. There are 17 different colors between the top of the column and the gold starburst that is in the center of each of the coffers. Columns of white imperial Danby marble with bases of black Belgium marble surround the room. The columns are unique. They are not hollow or segmented like many other columns of this size. Instead, they're solid. They're also slightly tapered in the Greek fashion. The walls are the same white marble. Rich velvet drapes line the sides of the room. They play a critical role. The colonnade on either side of the courtroom contains a passageway that on one side leads the justices to and from their conference room. In the back, it allows the justices to move freely to and from the bench. The drapes also help with acoustics. While completing West Virginia's chamber, Gilbert designed the building for the Supreme Court of the United States, including, of course, the chamber. Ours was a model for that larger room. His design for the United States Supreme Court incorporated much of the handsome furnishings and decor he originally designed for the West Virginia Court.
I was immediately impressed with how similar the spaces are to the United States Supreme Court. The white marble interiors, the very clean, pure sort of character of these spaces is closely related.
The architecture in this room is beautiful, and it exudes professionalism, and it's great for an attorney to have to come in here and practice before the court.